The topic for today's webinar is Oracle Application Express, that is Apex. Now, what is Apex? Oracle Application Express is a very powerful and easy to use web application development platform. With Apex, you can quickly develop and deploy number of applications in a very limited time period without writing a single line of code. It's been around as a fully supported Oracle product since 2004, and it has been steadily becoming very popular over the last number of years in application development scenario. Oracle Application Express, that is Apex, has number of built-in features like user interface themes, navigational controls, form handlers, which actually accelerates the application development process. Now, the main advantage we can say of Apex is only using a web browser you can create number of applications. Apex provides different number of wizards and different number of built-in features which simplifies the development process of your application. If you want to work into the Apex, you can install it on your own machine, or Oracle provides a hosted environment where you can go, you can register yourself and you can create number of applications. So overall I can say is Apex is a very easy to use tool which is very useful for the faster application development. So this was about the introduction of Apex. Now we'll move forward to the agenda of today's webinar. Now this will be the agenda of today's webinar. I have divided this webinar into 4 sections. In the first section, we'll see more brief introduction of Apex, what Apex is all about, what happens inside Apex, like the architecture of Apex. Then we'll see what are the number of users who can access and develop different applications in the Apex. So this will be about the introduction. Then we'll see how we can build different applications into the Apex. For this, I'll show you a simple demo how we can develop different applications within a very short time duration. Then we'll move forward to the Apex features. We'll see different kind of components, different elements of Apex, and after that we'll have a brush up with the advanced topics like how we can send the mail to the Apex, or how we can incorporate the Java function into Apex, and we can enhance the performance of our application. So this was all about the agenda of today's webinar. Now we'll move further with the introduction of the Apex. Now, as I have told you, the Apex is a development and deployment tool using which you can create number of web-centric application. Application development in Apex is much more faster as compared to the other tools, because Apex provides number of wizards, number of UI based functionalities using which you can create different reliable and secure applications. Now, as you have come to know about the Apex, you must have heard or you must have used some SQL and PL SQL functionality, like different queries in SQL, different functions, procedures, packages into the PL SQL. Now all this functionality of SQL and PL SQL we can use in our application. Apex is configured into the database directly. So you don't have to install into your operating system. That's how Apex becomes the OS independent. That means when you configure your Apex, you can use different types of operating system, that is Windows or Linux. Also, you get the security feature of the database for your application. So this was about some more features about the Apex. Now first we will see how Apex was originated. So initially when Apex was introduced, it was known as a Project Marvel. Then it became the HTML-DB. The HTML-DB is quite popular known for Apex, and currently it is known as Application Express or Apex, as we all know. So this was about the origin of the Apex. These are again some features which we have already discussed about the Apex. As we have seen that the speed of creation application is much more faster in Apex. Now when you create applications into the Apex, you don't have to have a very in-depth knowledge of programming. Only basic knowledge of programming is enough to create different applications into the Apex. You can define, you can design, or you can use the default look and feel, that is different themes or different templates for your Apex application. Now here the advantage is that the look and feel layout of the application is different from the application logic. So when you change or you make any changes into your look and feel of the application or the layout of your application, it doesn't affect your application logic. Apex provides number of wizards using which the application development process becomes much easy and much faster. The Apex engine resides into database only. That's how you can process all your SQL or PL/SQL queries in a very faster manner. So this was all about the introduction of the Apex. Now before going further, we'll see what happens inside the Apex. Like when you're using any tool, you should know what is inside into that tool, what is happening inside that tool, or what is the functionality inside that tool. So the architecture of the Apex is divided into two parts, that is part A and B. As this you are seeing, this architecture of Apex is applied to the version before Oracle Database 11.1. We have a web browser, we have a HTTP server, and we have Oracle Database. Now how it actually works. When you send a request from a web browser, that request goes to HTTP server. HTTP server converts that request into appropriate SQL query. Then that query fetches the data from the database. It retrieves the data from the database and sends again to the HTTP server. Then HTTP server again converts this request, convert that query into appropriate request, and then it is again sent to the web browser, and you can see the output of your query.